Hey, everybody, and welcome back to part two of my streaming series of The Pale Beyond. Now, this game came out a bit ago, and it is just delightful. It's been a wonderful experience so far. In the last episode earlier this week, we played through week one, and now we're going to play through week two. This is a narrative survival game about traveling through on a ship through the ice, and someone has knocked on our door. I think we'll wait. The door creeps open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are. The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I know little of the man. His reputation is indeed great, but the man behind the legend is but a stranger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Do you need something of me, Kurt? I'm not the sort to demand favors, Officer Shaw. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. That's right. You're something of a celebrity, aren't you? I take that to mean you haven't heard of me before. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? I'm certain you receive that praise often. Not as often as you'd think. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up on deck. Of course, but why? We've finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. Ha! And he leaves. Brent leaves the expedition at Orca Island. The ship makes its last port at Orca Island. Cordell's sledding dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. Off we go, shall we? Ah, someone new to meet. Mrs. Gloss. You note one of the science team returning to their room. Ah, Mrs. Gloss. Did you have a good rest? Says Kurt. She nods to you. Ah, hello. I did not expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glossley. I believe I've met your husband. Ah, yes. Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted to the ship well. I believed a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Mrs. Gloss makes her way back to her cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea or the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over time, ha! Ha ha ha, huzzah. Alright. What is this? The doctor's office. The door to the doctor's office. Seems a good doctor isn't in. or perhaps enjoying his sleep. You're yet to come across the ship's doctor even after all this time. That does seem odd. Let's go up. Pretty. Oh my gosh. Someone new to meet. At the stern, you notice an older sailor at the helm. The old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. And a good morning to you. Who is this Kurt Joker, and why is he still here? He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, should be obvious. He chuckles. Ah, get it. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keeping her steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. Let's see. How shall we respond? I'm surprised as well. He seems the insular type. He is. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. Hunt doesn't have much fondness for the military, but it at least means you've got the work ethic. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. And Lefty returns his attention to the helm. What is it, Hunt? As you get older, I suppose you learn to value the quiet moments, eh? Let us hope we're just as diligent when we're old and grey. Myself before you, of course. Harold Turner, Lefty. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance break the floes beneath you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice floe. There's a moment's hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading across the ice. He exhales. See, there's nothing else like it. You weren't wrong. It is something, all right. Look at the ice. No two cracks are the same. All caused by us. By the laws of nature, this place wants us dead. And yet, here we are. Traversing in harmony. How fantastic is that? How far are we from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. I am still absolutely loving the animation. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on this course it's going to get thicker. It looks out across the white. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. It's not my decision. Yes, but you have the captain's ear. Have you ever experienced the long night, winter? It's not pleasant to say the least. I can't say that I have. We're only as good as the unhappiest man, Robin. I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Kurt nods and turns back to look across the ice. Let's go see the captain then. We'll take the requests. Ah, Shaw. That's me. Ready for another day of work? Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Aye, he had a few words to share. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed the line pulling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. I really wanted him to... Look. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too headstrong, but I really wanted him to listen a little bit harder. I don't know. Alright, who next? Let's do this one. Kasha. Captain Shaw. Captain Shaw. A thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now that we've already entered the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report, not only for my report, it would be a good reference for the manifest, put faces to the names. Much of this crew has served me for years, some of them decades. I had little problem putting faces to the names. It seems a good idea. It would make for a good souvenir, if nothing else. Sentimental of this expedition, are you? Some proper photographs will have some historical weight to it. Well, Belford, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain Shaw. In the meantime, I'll get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. She departs, satisfied. Let's see Corvid. Captain, word's gotten around about the stowaway we removed last week. It has? Aye. And their thoughts? They aren't one bit happy, least of all his Da. He says it wasn't right to send the boy away. Oh. -10 decorum. Only reason Ward stayed aboard was because he needed the pay. Up in arms, are they? No, they understand. Spares more food for the rest of us. Still not a wise move to upset my crew, is it? Shaw, perhaps we should consider the crew's feelings next time. And she leaves. What the... Bless her heart. A short, sour-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. What is exactly engineer clothing? Are you acting daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Shaw, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team, and we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this. Sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on a matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3, more. I don't know. I like 2 Johns. Let's give him all 4. You're giving me Ward with 1 bloody arm. The engineer holds its tongue. You can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. He leaves. A good spirit, that one, beneath the oil and the temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself in the boiler room. Let's finish the requests. Good to have all that settled, then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. Oh, thank God. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shot, meet with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want one of his scouts set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that, then you'll be done for the day. Let's go. What is this? Oh. You spot a youthful-looking man. He doesn't look particularly useful. You spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship, his head slumped as he looks into the icy pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. Are you all right? You speak out, and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot you, his eyes widening in shock as he does. As a bespectacled young man, shaking with unease. He stares at you for a brief moment, a look of shame plastered on his face. Sorry. Are you all right? Yes? Well, not really. I'm very sorry. The man turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Arthur Nutley added to the manifest. I wonder if he's not the doctor. Send me up there. I'll get you a reading. Oh. The scientist eyes the man's cane and turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. Ahem. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Alright, down we go. You overhear 2 of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Ah, Quilsley. Have you any trouble setting in? Not too bad. I can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course, of course. I take it you had no issue settling in. Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Ha! Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Perhaps. Yay. Alright, nobody else there. Let's go down. The pumps. This is this. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. Gnomes. Heh. The hell was that? Gnomes. You wipe the flour off you before continuing. You lift a crate of tin from the shelves. Now I have a crate of tin food. Ah, you must be Shaw. Seems you've met my brother already. Jorn Stoke, but nobody calls me that. On this ship, I'm known as Junior. Junior? Why the name? Should be obvious, you've met my brother. It's the burden that comes with being the younger. Ah, one step ahead of me. If you add those tins to the hoosh, we should be good for dinner. Got anything for the hoosh? I'll feed the hoosh pot. Alright, wait. So, I had this resource card over here. Creative tin food. Resource items may be spent here for instant effects, increasing food or changing the status of crew. So we put that in, we get 20 more food. Yay! Okay, he's seasick. He's the doctor. Aw, poor fella. Alright, one more to discover. Did I not meet the engineers? Okay, anyway. Perfect. Let's go up. Let's go up. Let's go. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Ah, no problems. She looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw, yourself. Flick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. What do we think? I think it's Flick. Perfect. They ascend to the next nest and take a reading with the sextant. All clear from up top. Oh, what is this? Oh. Orca Island, so that's where we left. Oh. Yeah. And this is where we go. We need to change course. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Back down. Back down. Pantry. Why pantry? Nothing to click on. Why pantry? Pumps. Nothing. Dinner it is. The crew have their meal. Ah, shall we toast to the ice? Aye. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. Will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice it's still bright light outside. You knock on the door. No response. Let's knock again. Still no response. You can hear the sounds of rustling inside. Let's do it again. After knocking on the door several times, it finally swings open to reveal one of Templeton's science team. Yes? Do you require my presence? I'm acquainting myself with the crew. Who are you? You should know I am the meteorologist of this expedition. Why would I know? Who would Andre Isaac. If I'm not required for anything, I would ask not to be disturbed any further. I think I found somebody to do things. Let's go back up. Let's listen. You overhear two engineers chatting above deck, or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking with another. Do you know how the chief could stay down there all evening? You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Aye, Dick, it's figurative. Right. Ricky and Gareth. Excellent. Forecastle it is. Hi, puppies. Aww. The dogs eye her with rapt attention. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. Try the soup. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. It's surprisingly tasty. You feel yourself warming up. You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's only so much. If you want more, it'll be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin. Some blubber, fats, and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Where did they come from? It's hard to tell the exact breeds at this point. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. Who's that beside you? This is Stanberry. Bark. Strong animal. Very. They handle stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. You've been on this ice for a long time. A long time, yes. You love these animals. They need me. And you'll need them. Pet the dog. It tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Alright. The captain is turned in for the evening. Okay. More dog. Down. I don't know what we do for that. For the seasick. Back to the cabin. And it looks like... Huh. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner table. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs leaning on the shoulder of another. Ah, good times, good times. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. Yeah, but I'm fine. My mates can carry me, Cavity? They can also drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Shit. Well, that's a thing to be wary of, isn't it? Back up we go. And up again. Nothing to write. Then let's call this week. Good Lord. Good Lord. All right. I don't know what to do about this. Should we start the next week? I feel like we should. Yeah, let's do it. I've got time. And off we go. Another week passes. The Temperance has finally entered the thick ice leads, and the days grow even brighter. Yeah. We need some food. Everybody's sleeping. What do I do about this? I feel like I'm gonna kill everybody. Dog. Hello, dog. At least we get to pet some dogs. So much dog. Dog. Let's make friends with the dogs. Let's take some requests. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Oh, wait. And the whole room shudders. Oh, I don't know what to do at all. I've never captained a ship or first mated a ship, and what is that? Yeah, off we go. What the hell? What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures as if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. I'm sure the Bullman has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. I'll go check the boiler room. Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. We didn't hit anything, did we? We're trapped in some ice. We'll need to get loose to get moving again. Well, let's hope we can do that sooner rather than later. Trapped in the ice, though. That would make for a good photograph. Yeah, fucking toadstool. Alright, pumps. Pumps look good. Pantry. Another crate of tinned food. That is super important. Ship's stuck then. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. You're calm. No use panicking, is there? I'm gonna check with my brother. I take that sack of coal, thank you. Hi, if I made any errors, I'd tell you. It's secure, don't you worry. They notice you. I'm sure you're aware of this situation. What's happening? I'm ensuring that the boiler was not damaged by the sudden commotion. As I told you, that if it was, you'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if that furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man with just a pair of engineers as assistants. Just looking at the number of valves, this seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold. Trust me. I will. Well, I'll have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on this ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. No shit. Hammond eyes on you. A grimace on his face. First mate's here, but where's the one that got us into this bloody mess? He's a difficult one to find. Indeed he is. I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he is anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself. Too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important even now. Not before we've fed this furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw? Or are you afraid of dirty hands like Mr. Templeton over here? Heh. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. Let's put in this sack of coal. Alright, off we go. She needs fuel for the week. Yeah, I don't. I don't know what to do. Alright. You emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner despite the ice. Some seem nervous, others as if nothing changed at all. To the pumps. To the pantry. What will it be this week? We shall feed it. We shall leave. Off we go. The crew have their meal, the dinner is shared. And they return to their posts, the hammocks unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice it is still bright light outside. Nope, nope, down. Down here. You didn't see him either. He didn't pass by. That this cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What are you thinking, Hunt? No sight of Hunt, I take it. Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, Shaw. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt holed himself up inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? He has to be here. Check under his desk. I highly doubt he's cowering beneath the table, Shaw. Arr! The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. Captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You're a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt, seeing that this is your ship. I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join? Hunt shakes his hip flask and holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. And what of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar. I'm fine. You'll be more than fine with a drink in you. Well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this. This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? What do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? You could have heeded Kurt's warning. Kurt. Are you still hanging on his word? You'd have some luck relying on that old lout. He's a man chasing spotlight and nothing more. There is no safe passage here. This was always going to happen. What the hell? Mr. Hunt, Captain. If you're not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? No captain who would do that is a fit captain, wouldn't you agree? Well, not you, Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? Sobriety for a start. He sips at his drink. But I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for, in a word, then. Ooh. See, here is my big dilemma in life in general, that how I understand these words might not be or get the intended result that I desire, because willpower. Good. The ability to press forward no matter the circumstance. The power to challenge yourself, to exceed your perceived limitations. The power to make the decisions that will last with you. Yeah, that one. Here's the secret, Shaw. Anyone can do that. There's never been a so-called impossible decision that wasn't made. It's the days, the months, the years after. They're all as painful as the minutes, the seconds. That goes beyond anyone's idea of willpower, Shaw. Speaking in platitudes will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule you were told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You've wasted enough time pining philosophical. Ah, my apologies. I'll ask the real questions. Shaw, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I don't know. I expected as much. Shaw, nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room. No, no. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough! If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should not have agreed to it. You shouldn't be... None of us should be here. Oh, Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me, our doctor, ha! And then there's me. What of you? Hunt laughs to himself, his head dropping low. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. It's all right, Robin. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be all right here. The captain appears to have fallen asleep. What the fuck? Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It would appear the pressures of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear your head and we'll continue in the morn. Okay. One would think Hunt would be taking action at a time like this. Instead, the man has squirreled himself within his office, an odd one. Dogs. We're gonna spend some time with dogs. $14 for 14 dogs. That's a long way. Why? Oh, that's why. Crushed between the two or across the top. Down we go. And down again. Excuse me. Back to my cabin. Another week passes. I think we end the week. I don't see much else to do. Ah, what's this? No, that's me. Duh. Duh. Let's again, shall we? You awake to a room awash with green. It's a loud bang on your door and a familiar face. Calls from beyond the woods. Shaw, are you in there? What's going on? Why is everything green? Never mind the green. The boiler's in serious trouble. Pumps need banned, and we need to stop the whole system overheating. And I don't need to tell you, if the furnace goes weak, oh, lead the way then. We don't have a moment to spare. Right, let's move. We need to find the captain now. Why is everything green? Casher rushes up, holding your camera tight as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. Is it safe to go up top, right? The Aurora. It's a shot I can't miss. Casher steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. It's so pretty. The light of the Aurora flicker over the pale eyes. Nothing. Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl under the desk himself. What? Hammond turns to you. All right, Shaw. Captain's missing. You're in charge. Good to hear. Don't get a big head about it. Yes, indeed. I don't particularly want to be in charge. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room now. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you'll be doing is inciting a panic. We need to calm the fears of the queue, maintain focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, assure them that we know how to remedy this matter. You do know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond. Aye. And we need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. We've got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. The boiler won't wait. I'll keep the crew at bay then. Come on, don't worry about him. Let's go. As more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. Soon, the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it? I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking with that cane, you're not. I have enough strength to go tell the crew to hit the lower decks, as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. You descend the ladder. Ahead, you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Oh. Trying to get in? Same, door stuck. Pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. Can you help us? The metal door unsticks. Grimly looks at you before darting off into the dark. Where's that bloody idiot running off to? To sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers loses grip of their valve as steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. Made it just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer or we won't be making it off the ship. Shaw, the rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. You grab a valve and begin turning, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump! You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. The furnace rumbles and sputters, hemorrhaging fuel. You keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. We could be at this for hours. Shit, where's the rest of the crew? There they are. Brought help. The furnace rumbles and sputters. Get me coal. Tashi approaches the furnace. The room shakes. Water hammer. Oh. Wounded. As the crew give assistance to the wounded Sheridan, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are a pair of panicked voices. Where in the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. The Temperance is saved from sinking. The Aurora passes, leaving only a bright white light. Oh, Lord Almighty. That was tense. Alright, my friends. I think that this is a way where we leave this moment, this episode, and starting of the new week. When we come back, we'll get back into it and hopefully figure out how to get more fuel and food. I'm a little scared, and our doctor is a seasick twit, so I don't know what to do about that either. Anyway, so that's exciting. Oh no, look, he's better. Okay. Cripes. All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you would like to know when the next one comes out, then please hit the follow button. And I'm looking forward to the next time we can get together. I'm VT Lady Grey, and I'll see you soon. Bye.